This is AdamantlyAnalog, episode 81, and today we continue our countdown of our top 50 board games of all time with numbers 30 through 21.
Hello and welcome to Adamantly Analog, the only board gaming podcast brave enough to roll the dice on your entertainment. Hi, I am your host, Harrison Dunn.
I'm Corey Murphy, and I'm curious about why we have to be brave to roll the dice on someone else's entertainment.
I mean, people are listening to us, and hopefully it's to be entertained or informed or to some degree. And, you know, we do loose show notes, but it's a lot of just kind of talking off the cuff. One of these times, we're going to get a stinker. And
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yep. They're rolling the dice every time.
Yeah, I took that to mean like the listener assumes the risk that we're not going to be entertaining and we're willing to chance it.
Yeah, basically, in other words.
Yeah, I mean, that's podcasting in a nutshell, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. So, well, we've got episode 3 of our top 50 games, or you know, the current top 50 of the last 50 years, whatever we want to call it, whatever we've decided on. And Corey, this week the games are getting even better.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
We got our 30 through 21 this week. But before we get to that, anything you want to shout out or talk about games you've been playing?
Yeah, it's almost like you knew, Harrison. We have a demo copy of Fest Season in here, and this is a game from Green Astra Games. It looks like the only one they have on offer right now. It just ran on, I'm sorry, I can't remember if it was Kickstarter or GameFound, but in any case, it is now available for retail on their website. And this is a pretty large, sprawling, like Euro game themed after music festivals, summer music festivals. And specifically, the players are promoters of these music festivals. So they are trying to book the festival with some of their favorite bands to attract different consumers of music that like different types of genres. Okay, first thing first, let me get this out of the way. The production on this game is really pretty awesome. I was floored by it. The whole like sustainable approach is big and important with these guys. They don't have any plastic in the game box at all.
Okay.
In fact, the game, it comes like kind of taped closed with stickers. Yet they don't cut any corners with it too, because the game board, the main board, which is pretty large, is a dual layer board and has all these tracks where you can put wooden volume sliders in there, kind of like a mixing board.
I see that.
And then you track the popularity of each genre with a wooden dial that rotates in the board, and it's really fun to play with. So there's that, and then the box comes with little organizers for player pieces they look like little travel containers for your music gear, basically. So I was really impressed with that. Everything about it is like pretty deluxe, pretty premium. It has a premium price tag to go with it. I think it's like $70 for the retail version, but I'd say it's worth that. I mean, it's pretty awesome production. Now, does the game hold up? I'd have to say I've only played it one time so far, but I was very positive about that first experience. There's a little bit of like Arc Nova going on here, where players have their own personal player board with their green space that they're building the music festival in, and you're like slotting in these hex tiles that represent stages and amenities and things like that. And then it's like this action selection type of game where there's 3 different possible actions. You can either take stereo or mono. Stereo meaning only you get the benefit, mono being someone else gets the benefit. And all of these things are connected to different tracks that you're climbing up and triggering different unlocks for your board and things like that. So very much like kind of engine builder in the same sense that Arc Nova is without the cards. There are cards in this game, but they're not as central to the game.
Okay.
It's just a lot of like combos. In fact, players are given little reminder pieces that you put around the board when you trigger different bonuses, because by the end of a turn, you might have 4 or 5 of those to do. And these are totally necessary to remember what the heck those bonuses are and where to find them.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, the artwork on this is incredible too. It looks super bright and colorful. I like that.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, plays 1 to 5 players. And so we talked a little bit off the cast on this, Harrison. I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts on this. I'm a musician, and like I play in a band, right? So we play at festivals and things like that. Not to the extent of like Lollapalooza or anything that this game is representing, but I have some understanding of like what's going on here. Initially, I was kind of like turned off by the music theme of this. I wanted to play it because I care about music and I'm interested in that sort of thing. But I don't know why it is, but the theme doesn't really speak to me initially. When I played it, I think that the mechanics really do a good job of kind of driving you towards that feeling of putting on a music festival and trying to book acts that, like, if they're in the same genre, you don't want them to compete with one another. You have to like play into the hype. It's very much like a businessy perspective on the whole thing, and actually it was really fun. I was shocked by that aspect of the game. When I initially was kind of like, I don't know, could care less about it.
I like the theme is whatever to me. Like it's a unique theme. But looking through the BGG page, like the photos and stuff, I want to play it just for the fake band tiles that look like are in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, just like off the cuff here, reading off a few, it looks like you can have Pyrosmith, Pearl
Mm,
Marmalade, ACCD play or ADCD,
the
the
Sweets.
Offspring,
Yeah, the Upspring is one of my favorites.
the Offspring. That's pretty good.
Food
TV
Gang
Head.
Clan. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this looks like it'd be a lot of fun. If even for just like creating this kind of uh, parody atmosphere in there, and if it leans into that, I think it could be a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah, we definitely did. I had a lot of fun booking my headliners on stages where we had like the Spring opening up the day, and then Pixies, spelled wrong. But then I'd have like Adele as my headliner on the same stage. I'm trying to imagine the people that would be interested in all of those bands at one time. Yeah, cool game. I got to give it some more plays to know for sure, but initial impressions were like, I was definitely impressed by it. I'm interested in trying it with more players. I think 5 players would be a really long game, but I like that it has the flexibility to do that.
I got to share one more. I just saw green mild sweet pears.
Green Miles Sweet Pears. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, so again, that is Fest Season from Green Aster Games. You can get it on their website. And there are some of the Kickstarter promo add-ons available on that website too. So it's not too late. You haven't missed yet.
Looks pretty cool. All right, let's head on to that thing that we're supposed to be talking about today. This is our top 50 numbers 30 through 21. And oh boy, Corey, we got some good ones today. I actually forgot to call out that my one of my picks from last week was in my top 10 last year. So Fantasy Realms came in at number 36 on the list, but it was my in my top 10 last year, and we're gonna have another one of those today.
Wow.
Another top 10er dropped down into the 20s and 30s. So yeah, I think big movers and shakers going on here. But then again, I just remind myself it's because I forgot to import the correct list last year, so I was rating an incomplete list anyway. Uh,
hmm
anything you're excited to talk about? I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I got some that have moved. Nothing out of my top 10, but actually there's quite a few of them here out of my like 20 to 11. So that
All
happened.
right.
And I got a couple of new
Okay.
ones that haven't been ranked before. So there's that too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. And I'm just going to go first. I'm not even going to talk about a first player rule. I'm just going to start it off.
Yeah, that's how this seems to go.
All right. My number 30. Here's the haiku for you, Corey, so you can guess the game. 4 races to score across mild miles and wild wilds. Wacky roll and move.
Uh, I have no idea.
That's magical athlete.
Oh, yeah, duh, magical athlete. I
Yeah.
I was like just thinking in the total wrong ballpark here.
Oh, yep. Yep, so this is the, CMYK, Roll to Move, Richard Garfield, wacky cartoon looking thing that we've been ranting and raving about for the past couple weeks. Made it onto the top 50 list, and, I'm sure there's some recency bias in there, but I got 2 plays with different groups over Thanksgiving weekend, and, I think this one's gonna hit the table a lot, or pretty often just because it is so quick and easy to get into and always provides some memorable moments.
Yeah, and you don't even really have to think to play.
Yep. Yeah, really. You have a couple upfront decisions to make, and then it's kind of just hang out and chat.
Yeah,
There's a lot of value to that too. Just,
there is, yeah.
hey, folks, let's just focus for 5 minutes instead of focusing on learning the rules and then focusing the whole time. Let's just look at these cards for 5 minutes, and then we're good to go. And we can. chill
Right.
and chat the whole time after.
Yeah, no shade to the game,
Yeah.
but that's one of its draws, in fact.
Yep. That's my number 30, Magical Athlete.
All right, my number 30. Feast halls fill with loot. Vikings settle new homelands. Build your mighty farm.
Is this the Raiders of the North Sea?
No.
Feast for Odin.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of those 2.
Yep, that's right. This was my number 42 last year. It's up 12 places. I probably have played this one a couple of times this year. Despite many of my movers being just they just happen to sit on my shelf and I think about them differently when I do the comparisons this time around. This one is huge and it's awesome and it's got so much to offer. It is a big, chunky Euro game that takes quite a while to learn, but it is sandboxed in the true sense of a sandbox game because you really can just kind of forge your own destiny. Um, and the only thing that really informs you on how to do that is a small offering of cards dealt to you at the beginning of the game, like literally just one card to start with. And then as you go through the game, you're drawing more and more cards to sort of guide you in different directions. But really, it's your choice. It's just like seize the opportunities when they come about and try something different each time you play. You could pillage, you could fish, you could hunt, you could do farming. You can do a little bit of everything. You probably won't be very successful, but you can. And so, yeah, what I've said a lot about Feast Road already, and I'm sure people are aware of the game. But this one's a doozy, and it's well deserving of a spot on my top 50.
It might even crack my top 50 if I've tried it.
Yeah. Oh man, you got to play this one. Yeah. All right, that is a Feast for Odin.
That's a good pick, I assume.
I think you'd like it.
All right, moving on to number 29. Placing 3 each turn, collecting powers for more, building a kingdom.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I put it right in the last bit there. It's Kingdom Builder.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is the Donald Vaccarino game where real simple. You are just revealing a card each turn, and then you're putting 3 houses on the matching terrain type, and that's pretty much it. Very very simple game, but offers plenty of room for strategic expression. Whether it's uh, metaphorically short suiting yourself because you have to play adjacent to where you've been before. So the more different terrain types you're touching, the less control you have over future turns. Because if you play that flower card and you're not next to any flowers, like at the beginning of the game, you can go wherever you want across the whole map.
Hmm.
So there's neat extra powers to unlock to help you kind of expand more quickly or more flexibly. And then you're trying to compete over some different shared goals, like getting settlements in each quadrant of the board, or having a large connected group, or a
Nice.
bunch of disparate little groups. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. This one only moved 1 space on my list. So my 2024 list, it was rank 28. Just moved down a little bit, which is pretty impressive considering the great big shakeup. I would say that's overall up.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's awesome because it's so abstract mechanically, yet the theme is cool to me. I like it's like this
Hmm.
kind of quaint, very traditional medieval fantasy kind of thing going on, and it doesn't like it's not very suggestive of like how deep into the medieval fantasy you want to get. It's just largely like castles, and you assume that there's
Yeah,
knights walking around there, but you don't really see any of them.
yeah, it's
There's not
pretty
really characters.
abstract otherwise, but the gameplay is not abstract. It is very clean.
Yeah, it is. Mhm.
Cool. So that's my number 29, Kingdom Builder.
All right, my number 29, new to my list. Crash landing leaves you alone and lost in new worlds. What do you see now?
Ooh, that's got to be Vantage, Corey.
Yeah, can you believe it? I
I
was like,
can.
I was so negative on this game before I played it. I just assumed I was not going to like it. But after borrowing Harrison's copy, we've now played it like 5 times,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's awesome, man. I am completely floored by this game design. It's like I said, I the task that Jamie Stegmaier took on to create this game is just huge, and like it's hard for me to fathom like the amount of time and effort that was put into designing this and making all the connections between these cards and all the possible outcomes for your choices. It is just enormous. I mean, like, there's actually 1,500 cards in this game. There's no other game that has that much original material made for its design, but this
Yeah,
game
it's
needs it.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like that's how this works. And in the 5 plays that we've had, we've never run into, like, awkward dead ends or anything like that. Like, we've always felt like a through line happening, even if it's, like, a little random sometimes. My big concern was that because there are so many choices that you would get these, I don't know, like, unpredictable storylines, it just didn't make sense, right? But I think the way that they designed this, they must have this, they're clearly aware of the connections between the cards and locations, because some of the things you're exposed to in certain locations, you go and you explore another location and there's, like, connecting material or, like, reference to something that you may have done recently because it's nearby. So yeah, I've been really impressed and really like this and want to explore more.
Yeah, I'm glad you're liking it so much. It's a super cool game.
All right, so that's my number 29, Vantage.
All right. Moving on to 28. Deck build in Egypt, empowered by pyramids or entombed to score.
Deck built in Egypt, empowered by pyramids or entombed. Do I know it?
You don't have it ranked, but you didn't have Kingdom Builder ranked either, so that
All
doesn't tell
right,
me
I don't
much.
I don't know what this is.
This is this is Valley of the Kings.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one.
Okay. So they recently had a new crowdfunding campaign for like a new shiny edition, and it was a whole bunch of money for like a new artwork and crazy extravagant edition. I just want an edition. So I don't actually own this one, but this is a super tight deck building style game where part of the core loop is, or the only way to score really, is to get cards into your deck and then entomb them to score them at the end of the game. Um,
Hmm.
so it feels really really straightforward, but at the same time gives you plenty of like very clear strategic choices turn to turn. And the way that you acquire new cards feels pretty unique too. There's a pyramid of cards available, and the cards higher up on the pyramid cost more to buy, but as the lower rows are taken out, those cards fall down and become cheaper. So there's kind of like this scaling arc to the game that as more cards are purchased, more become available for a cheaper price to kind of let everyone get in on it.
Hmm.
Um, Bunch of expansions for this too. I've only played the base game, I think, because we have a copy at the warehouse at work. But this is like I thought I'd seen everything in deck building, and that's silly to ever think you've seen everything in a certain game type of game. And the games keep on surprising. So that is Valley of the Kings.
Nice, good
Yeah,
choice.
number 29.
I don't remember where I've seen this, but this is very familiar to me. Maybe when that deluxe edition came out, there's some ads for it or something, and I remember looking at it thinking, yeah, I wonder, maybe this game's okay. But now that you've recommended it, Harrison, I can't
Yeah,
not play it. So
or I should
check it
say
out.
it's originally published by AEG.
Yeah. All right, my number 28. Ancient empires rise. Cards with tags accumulate. Great wonders are built.
Is This isn't World Wonders, is it?
No, that game
No?
is
Okay.
not on my list. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna think Mosaic? Doesn't have
Yeah,
cards,
it's
does it?
Mosaic.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it
is,
does.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
alright.
Cards are a big
Well,
part of
look
the
at
game.
me. I'm so good at this.
Mosaic is it's down 17 spots from last year. It was my number 11 last year. And it's just because I haven't really got it to the table, and I don't know when the next time I'm going to get it to the table is, because it's a game that shines with more players and involves 40 minutes minimum of setup time, and so it's
Mm,
kind of an event game. Let's put it that way. But as I've said before, the game isn't terribly heavy. It's pretty easy to learn and play. That doesn't mean the explanation for the game is short, because there's just a lot of stuff to talk about, but all of those things are simple enough to understand and relatable. And that's what makes it so great, because these civilization games tend to be so weighty and so obtuse sometimes, that this one is just, it seems pretty clean in its design. The big hook here is that there is a card tableau building element to it. So the tags on those cards matter a lot, kind of in the same sense that Terraforming Mars tags do. And you can win the game pretty much ignoring the main board, like the map.
Oh,
where you
wow.
can deploy troops and stuff. Depending on the way that you build, there's a lot of different ways to score points in here, and they're all very diverse. So Mosaic is a lot of things. It's one of those games that you get done playing, and you're like, oh, I could try something else, and it might be a completely different experience. And that's true. It really can be. Asymmetric powers really push you in different directions. So it's a great game. Mosaic, a story of civilization.
Yeah, I gotta play this one still. I hear lots of good things, mainly from you, but good
Yeah.
things nonetheless.
Yeah, it's not a very popular game. I'm surprised. I like it an awful lot. I don't hear it showing up on other people's lists a lot, but I don't know. I guess I like civilization games to begin with, so I'm the target demographic.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of hype when it first launched, just because it looked like this huge epic game and promising in a short playtime too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's really a short playtime, shorter
Oh,
than
okay.
the others, but but it's still pretty long.
All right, moving on to number 27. Moving right along. Managing your hand, building route and town and boat, because when in Rome.
Um, Foundations of Rome.
Nope.
No, what is it?
This was something you picked last week. This is
Last week.
Concordia.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So this is the one from my top 10 that quite fell 20 places. I had it as number 7 last year.
Ooh.
Not to say that this isn't an excellent game, but I don't think I played it in the past year either.
Mm.
So it doesn't get quite the service it's due here. So yeah, this is like I still this game still breaks my brain every time I play it. I just for some reason the hand management aspect of it takes a long time to click, but finally when it gets around to clicking, oh boy, does it feel good. And I still want to play it again and again. I even got a copy years ago now, and I I haven't gotten Lauren to play it yet because we it needs 3 players.
Oh,
No, it
yeah.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. It needs 2 players. I
No,
thought it
you can play.
required
Yeah,
3
you can
for
play
some
too.
reason.
It's actually pretty good at it too.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that is quite an excellent game with plenty of scoring opportunities and lots of interesting decisions to make. That just makes me feel good in the brain parts. Can I say that in a podcast? Is that weird?
I mean, it's weird, but you can say it. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Corey. So that is my number 27, Concordia.
I have played Concordia since I talked about it last week on the podcast, and I would not recommend trying to do so on your cell phone on Board Game Arena.
Oh, yeah, no, that sounds no, not good.
Otherwise, the implementation on there is pretty good, and there's a great app for it too. But man, the screen is small on a phone. Okay, my number 27, Harrison, you'd be proud of me on this one.
All right.
Calm and peaceful draft. Animal ecosystems are built to score points.
Harmonies?
Yeah, it's made
All
my
right.
list. Yep, and
Excellent.
it's pretty high up there too. 27. I mean, come on, this game is growing on me.
I love it.
I never disliked it, but I just hadn't played it.
Okay.
You'll talk about it later, right? Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I love harmonies. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's got snappy gameplay. You got that cool look what I did, look what I made at the end of it.
yeah.
I yeah, can't go wrong.
I mean, everyone's familiar with harmonies at this point, I would imagine. But for those that aren't, it's a drafting game where you're drafting ecosystem tiles. They look like these little wooden hockey pucks representing trees and stones and water and whatnot. And then you're placing them into your own little grid and building the specific arrangement of those tiles for your animals to habitate. Is that the right word? Yes.
To
Yeah.
live in. Yeah.
Live in, yeah.
Inhabit.
Inhabit, thank you, that's what I'm looking for. And so it turns out to be kind of like a logic puzzle, like how you can get the most value out of those because of
Mhm.
where you put which one of those tiles is assigned the scoring piece. You can score the same tile in multiple different setups if you arrange them properly. And man, it is a brain burner. This game is hard. It is simple to learn, very difficult to master. And I imagine those that are very familiar with it probably do a really good job beating up on the new players in harmonies. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, there's a definitely a skill to like not overcommitting or going too wide on your goals.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 27, harmonies.
All right, moving on to 26. Unique perks each game, like reveal and write, but not hexes for your cubes.
Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is yeah, this is one that I was introduced to a couple years ago. Now we've got our own little magnetized version that Lauren crafted by gluing magnets to things. We bust this out even more now because of that. And like every time we have a new group of friends over, she's like, "Ooh, I got to show you my game," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay with this. This is a solid game."
Yeah.
And it just it feels good. It feels good to play. It feels good to put those little cubies out. You have a little bit of a sense of growth. You get that cool asymmetrical power. So it's like a flip and right style game, but you're just putting cubes out instead. And the deck has a card in it that whenever it comes out, it for the first time, everyone gets to get a new power. And then every time in the future rounds when that comes out, you get to use that power again. So it's just I want to see that used in more games. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love that mechanic.
Hmm.
And it just makes this elevates it to the next level for me.
Yeah, man. This one
So
I played a lot this week too. That's a really good one on Board Game Arena.
that's right. It is there. I've been so
Yeah.
long out of Board Game Arena that I forget that like there's a bunch of stuff on there.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Cool. All right, that is my number 26 pick, the Guild of Merchant Explorers.
My number 26 pick. The crew is ready to fight, raid, pillage, and loot. Valkyries strike back.
Burp, burp, burp. Well, oh shoot. Oh god, I can picture the box.
Can you?
I think I can, but I can't name it. So what is it?
This one is Raiders of the North Sea, which you guessed earlier.
Oh, okay. It's not the one that I thought then.
Yeah,
It's the
you
other
think
the other
Champions of
Norse.
Midgard?
Yep, yeah, that's what I was thinking of for whatever reason.
Yeah, I've never played that game.
I don't know why I thought Valkyries weren't in Raiders of the North Sea. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, Valkyries are the little black chips that destroy your pillagers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Raiders of the North Sea, it is I don't know what I love about this game. It's just like it makes sense. It's
Everything?
just yeah, yeah, I mean I love everything about it, but I don't know what it is that like draws me to it. It's a great game. It's fast, it's breezy, but it also feels like you're always building something, and you're building and then you're rebuilding because once you have stuff to spend in this game, you go across the water and you raid something and it costs a whole bunch of resources that you just accumulated. So it's kind of like these little, I don't know, these little crescendos. You're just like, preparing for the next raid and trying to score the most points and get deeper and deeper into the enemy territory. So it's fun. There's dice in this game. There's not a lot of Euro games with dice that I'm very happy with, but I already talked about Feast for Odin today, and that's one. But
Yeah.
yeah, Raiders of the North Sea, great game. Plays up to 6 with the expansion, and I think it's a good game for a large group of players, whereas a lot of Euro games are not.
Yeah, that's true. And I like the worker sharing thing. Like it's just a unique feel to it.
Yeah.
That I'd like to see more.
Yeah, man, I didn't even really address that, but yeah, that's the hook of this game is it's place one worker, pick one up. And so you get two activations on your turn, specifically in that order, right? You're placing one down, you're going to take
Mhm.
that action, then you're going to pick a different worker up and take that action. And so that's kind of the unique part about this one. But otherwise it's pretty straightforward worker placement game. There's not a lot of new concepts to grasp, but thematically and like the way that you play it out, it does feel like kind of in its own league. Except for of course Champions of Midgard, which is kind of like it too, I guess. That's number 26, Raiders of the North
Thematically.
Sea. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on to number 25. We're already in the back half of the episode, Corey. It's going so fast.
Ah,
Pick some from 30. Draft cards to lead and follow. I'm a bit biased.
I don't think I've played this game. What is
You
this?
have. You have.
I have? Pick
I'll
some from
repeat. The
30.
last line is I'm a bit biased.
I'm a bit biased. Is this
It's, cit-
Vivo?
it's Citizens of the Spark.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Pick some from
So
30. Oh, yeah, okay. I got it.
yep. Yep. So Citizens of the Spark is the tableau building card drafting game that we released from Thunderworks. This was one of the first games that I got to develop. And I mean, part of the reason this is on my list is like I love just teaching it to new players and watching them explore it for the first time. Also, it's a fun game. I like seeing those new combinations and I've tested most of the combinations in the years before it came out, but I still get surprised by stuff to a degree.
Mhm.
So it still has that spark for me. Um, even though I've seen its insides, I've seen how the sausage is made. That's my number 25, Citizens of the Spark.
Awesome. I've seen a lot of good feedback on this one lately. There's been people talking about it, and as we get to the end of the year, the best of 2025, it's
Mm.
showing up on some lists out there, and rightfully so. It's a very cool idea for a game, and I think to me, like having these modular elements to a game like this is always a big draw. Like we both love Ethnos, and that does it great. This game
Mhm.
really truly gives you a different environment to play in every time you mix, a different collection of those 30.
Oh yeah.
And there's some pretty nasty combos that you can assemble with them too.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. You can get some pretty spicy games. My favorite one that we ended up cutting was one that you there's very few, if any, ways to score points on the cards.
Mhm.
And then most of the things make you lose points. So like the final scores in the games are sometimes like 5 or 10, as opposed to,
Nice.
maybe 70 or 80, which is probably the closer to what you'll see in the first game.
Yeah, there's a big range of scores depending on the setup.
Yeah. So yeah, Citizens of the Spark.
Okay, my number 25. Jin, grant wishes true. Moving meeples on the sand. Oasis is near.
Five Tribes.
Yep, 5 tribes, the Jins of Nakala. It's easy to forget the second portion of that name because everyone just calls it
Sure
Five
is.
Tribes.
Yep.
And it's funny because I've played this game many times where I hadn't even drawn a Jin card the entire game, and it's very
Mhm.
possible to do that.
Yep.
But Five Tribes is the big grid board of meeples where you play Mancala style, dropping them off one by one. And in the last placement, you activate that meeple's effect and remove all of the meeples of the same color. And if you clear off the space, you also claim the space and earn its points. And so it's like one of those games where you could stare at it and try to optimize for like a half an hour each turn, or you could just say, you know what, this looks like a good idea, and I thought of it first, so we're gonna do that. And I think that's the best way to play it.
For sure.
But there's a lot of cool things. Like each meeple has its own unique effect. Like the assassins are really fun to play because the red meeples are the assassins. They can destroy other meeples within their range, and sometimes that causes you to claim a different tile as your own. Some of them just earn points based on the number of those meeples you accumulate. Some of them buy cards that you're trying to set collect with. It's a lot of little different kind of Euro mechanics, all tied to this very fun Mancala gameplay. So can't go wrong. Five Tribes is an amazing game.
Mhm. Yeah, agreed. This is one that Lauren and I like to bust out two players too, and it gets pretty cutthroat.
Cool. That's my number
Cool.
25.
Number 24, a worker placement where you must share everything and keep folks happy.
Is that like red one, the communist one?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
that
yeah, it
called?
is. I'll give it to you. It's called Red Outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Outpost, the communist worker placement game where every player shares all workers and you share all resources. So if I send a guy to the mines to gather some ore, you can spend it to build a building or get an upgrade or something like that. So the core of the game then revolves around how happy you're keeping said workers. Each character has a mood guide, and every time you use that worker, you're putting an influence on them to show who's used them, and then based on how happy or sad that character is, they're gonna gain or lose points for the player who's influenced them the most. So a little
Hmm.
bit of like pseudo area control, worker placement, and an interesting theme in my opinion.
Yeah.
If the conceit is it's worker placement, but we share everything, including the resources, you've got someone right there. So this is a cool one. And I was happy to add it to my collection, and I just wish I played it more. It is a bit of a weird sell.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But it's like so intriguing to think about this communist worker placement concept where
Mhm.
you're all influencing the same workers and trying to make them happy. Yeah, I mean, we got to play this. We've talked about it a lot, and I still have no idea how it actually works.
Yeah.
All
Add to
right.
the list.
Yeah, right.
Number 24, Red Outpost.
All right. My 24 is a game that I know Harrison doesn't care for. So brace yourself, Harrison. Leaves of Gold expand, building up toward the sky. Urban sprawl takes hold. You've played
Uh,
it
Fo-
once.
Foundation to Metropolis.
No. Oh, do you
Oh.
not like that one? This is
Uh, Go for it.
this is Ginkopolis.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Yeah.
I thought it was just weird.
Okay.
Like
It is
I
weird.
want to try it
Very
again.
weird. Yeah.
I saw it used once and almost picked it up because I couldn't remember it that clearly.
Yeah, we got done with it. You had some comments about it, but it is a game that I like. I've said about Scythe. It's like the first playthrough is kind of miserable once you're trying to like wrap your head around what you're doing. It's not as complicated as Scythe. It's a much lighter game,
Hmm.
but it is kind of unusual. Weird is a good way to put it. And just in the way that like the decisions are made and the game plays out. I don't even really know how I can describe it on a podcast other than it's kind of like an area control sort of game, but not really. Sort of like an engine builder and the cards you play, but not really.
Yeah, it's
And
got a bunch of
yeah,
not reallys on it.
yeah, yeah. But that's why I like it. I think just because I'm drawn to these kind of quirky, bizarre games, and this one is short. It's concise. It usually ends before you think it should, and you usually hit a couple of dead ends along the way and go, "Man, this game is broken and unfair." But I think the more you play it, the less you have those experiences because you understand like how you need to navigate through it. So that's
Okay.
that kind of learning curve thing I was talking about. But cool game, plays 1 to 5, which is a plus. I always am looking for games that can do that. And yeah, it's if you've never played it, you gotta really check it out twice.
Number 24 is the weird pick number.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep. All right, moving on to number 23. Dungeon Building School. Your priority matters, so draft cards wisely.
Um, Dungeon Building School? Is this Carnival of Monsters?
Nope.
Dungeon Building
This is
School. Oh, is this, the Thunderworks game?
yes.
What's
Stone
that
Spine
called?
Architects.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, it's that one Thunderworks game.
Yeah, you know which one I was talking about,
Yep.
though.
Yeah, so this is Stone Spine Architects. Again, a little biased here, but that's gonna happen. I really enjoy this game. Despite, and I think I've told the story before. The first time I played this was at Origins, like the first time I volunteered for Thunderworks before it came out. Like we had a pre-production copy, and Keith taught me how to play it after the show one day, and it just did not click. Like I did not like it at all. Um, I was just like too much, and I was too tired, and here I am today. It's on my top 50, and having a clear head while playing it for the second time helped a lot.
I gotta do
So
that
each
because I felt the same way the first time I played it.
yeah, yep, yeah. You I'm not saying it doesn't go well for first players because I've since taught it to first time players and it's gone over very, very well.
Okay.
Um, so I was definitely an outlier in that. But yeah, each round you're drafting from a hand of cards, which are representing these chambers in your dungeon, and you're trying to connect to different paths and collect different monsters or treasures or traps to put in your dungeon and fulfill a variety of different uh, challenges or goals. And then there's this cool little like merchant phase or build phase too, where you're ranking your gold, and the player with the most gold gets to buy first to kind of fill in those spots that you might have missed. So
Mm,
lots of fun, and I'm looking forward to more people trying it out in the future.
nice.
That is Stone Spine Architects, my number 23.
All right, my number 23 is Ages Build Up Fast. Science and Military Clash. Cities Might Revealed.
I mean, this could be literally anything, Corey.
Yeah, I know. It's
Uh,
not.
I'm gonna pick Seven Wonders.
That's pretty darn close. It's Seven Wonders Duel, the better version.
Oh, okay. As soon as I it left my mouth, I was like, "I should have said duels on the end of that." The science
Yeah.
class should have tipped me off.
Yeah, I do love Seven Wonders. I don't think that one's on my list at all. Spoiler alert. Oh no, it is. Okay, it's down here.
Uh-oh.
76. So Seven Wonders Duel is a far better game. It's like, when you design something really cool and people are like, oh, this is awesome. And then like 10 years pass before you do the second iteration on it. Clearly you've learned some things, right?
Yep,
And then you
yep,
take that and you put it in a more like focused environment where it's literally just a one-on-one game and you have more control over the experience because it's always the same,
yep.
balance. And then you get something great like this. And Seven Wonders Duel not only takes the best parts of Seven Wonders, which is kind of like the tag building and the engine and tableau building, but it also adds these extra elements and extra layers that just make it that much more exciting. Um, Great game. This is down 9 places from last year for me, but once again, it's just like I don't know. I consider that holding because it's in the same range at the very least.
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
you haven't played this one or
Uh, I haven't
unranked.
I haven't ranked it, right. I have a copy. I think Lauren and I played it once, and we were just kind of like, if we wanna play two-player games, we're gonna play Patchwork or Jaipur or something." So, it
Sure.
didn't quite hit, but meaning to try to get it to the table again, especially because the Lord of the Rings version kind of
Yeah.
reignited the conversation around it for a lot of people.
Yeah, I haven't played that yet. I gotta play that one. I see what you're saying. Like with Jaipur Patchwork, it's like so easy to get going. This one I think takes a little bit more. Like it does feel more like a Euro game than any of the others.
Mhm.
It's not. I mean, it's different, but it does. It's like a little bit more involved than a lot of the other two-player games.
Uh,
You have just been invited to a game of it on Board Game Arena, by the way.
oh, okay. That should go over well. Our game of innovation I am struggling with because it's innovation and
Yeah, that one's hard on there. I'm
yep,
sorry.
yep, yep, all good. We'll figure it out.
All right, so that's my number 23, Seven Wonders Duel.
All right. 22. Gem economy to build your monster engine and race to 60.
I think I should know this one. Is this like Century or something? Gem Economy.
The Veil of Eternity.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah. I
I
think
wasn't gonna
I
guess
think
that.
I think the points end at 60. I'm pretty sure that sounds right. But the last line still works if you change it to like 40 or 52. So
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever it
Well,
is.
I should know it for the game being number 22 on my list. But here we are with the Veil of Eternity from Renegade Games. So this is a uh, card drafting tableau building game again, where you are collecting a series of monsters and then using their abilities to try to just generate points. And one of the neat, like the mechanical hooks for me is that you are picking cards from this tableau in the center, but then you also have to uh, pay to play them using these gems, which you can only get in denominations of like 1, 3, and 5, and there's no change, and you can only get a
Mm,
certain number of them. You can only have a certain number of them in front of you at a time. So there's a lot of really interesting decisions built on these what sounds like a really restrictive economy, but it ends up driving you to make some really interesting decisions and has some cool gameplay moments that I just absolutely love.
yeah.
Expansion didn't quite do it for me, but I'm still happy to have the base game and bust it out whenever folks want.
That game's cool. I think I like Res Arcana better for this kind of thing, but they both have some really neat feelings when you get the right combos
Hmm.
assembled in them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, now I'm cruising. You can't stop me. And then you look over across the table and they're like doing better than you, and you're like, how did you figure that out?
Yeah, I guess it's an interesting comparison between this and Res Arcana. I think I gravitate more towards this because there's more of a tactical feel. You
Mhm,
know, new cards are coming out every round, whereas Res Arcana, you kind of have your set and you just have to work that specific engine.
mhm.
Um, so yeah, interesting. All right, that is number 22, The Veil of Eternity.
All right, my number 22, Harrison. I think this might be the closest in our rankings that we've gotten so far on this. We are rank differential 4. Ding, ding, ding.
Ooh,
Here's my haiku though. Cross the barren map, making routes for all to see. The cards decide fate.
Ooh, that's gotta be Raiders of the North Sea.
No.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll have you know that I like it a little bit better than Harrison. So
Yep, that must be
for
it. That's
listeners
true.
out there, yeah, Guild of Merchant Explorers, thank you for telling me to play this game. I think it was you that suggested it in the first place, and then I like sought it out at a convention. And we don't own the game yet. It's one of our most played games of the year. I think it's like in the top 3, in fact, because it's so good on Board Game Arena. Nikki and I go back and forth constantly with this one. Um, and you're right. It's like a roll and write, but you don't roll and write. You just like flip a card and then place a cube on your map. So it's got all of the fun, like roll and write esque, tropes, I suppose,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it's much more of a game. I don't know. Like, maybe you want that, maybe you don't, but you're actually manipulating pieces. And for me, that's a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely got some moments in here where like you get bad draws and they just I mean like you could have a terrible game, right? It's possible. But when it goes right and when you draw the cards in the proper order, when you find good expedition cards, you can really go off and make some huge connections across the map. You can never do everything, which is the sign of a great design, but you can do a lot of things and you can feel very successful in what a game that takes like 30 minutes tops to play, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of progress in what short game there is, and yeah, you can have some crummy draws like getting the water powers, all water powers, and then they come
Yeah.
out at the end of the round, and you're like, oh, I can't do anything with this.
Or say you're like one space away from like the forest zone that you're trying to get to, and you draw the
Yep,
card in the wrong order.
yep. That's a little easier to plan for, but still hurts.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So that is my number 22, the Guild of Merchant Explorers.
All right, Corey, it's almost time to end this episode. We got one more game each to talk about. My number 21, Wizards of the Coast, Battle and Promote to Win, Drow versus Drow Combat.
Oh, Drow versus Drow combat. I mean, this has got to be Lords of Waterdeep, right?
Nope.
Drow versus Drow combat. I don't know this one.
This is
Uh,
Tyrants of the Underdark.
okay,
This is
okay, so I've heard
their
of it. I don't know it. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. It's the other D&D based game, board game, but it's the deck builder game that I recently had a chance to get back to the table at GameholeCon. They had a copy that I was able to bust out, quickly relearn, and then share with friends. Still horribly out of print, and then I may have inadvertently led those players to really enjoy it, and they went out and found a copy for like $90. So I'm glad they have one and they are enjoying it, but also that's a lot of money for a game out of print. Find a friend or wait for it to come back. Hopefully it will.
Mm.
So yeah, Tyrants of the Underdark is a deck building game. You form the market deck each game. You pick like 2 factions, like you may pick the spiders or demons or dragons, and that kind of informs the tools that you have available throughout the course of the game. And then the whole thing is played on this giant map of the Underdark. So there's lots of like area control elements. Um, but there's really 2 avenues that you can play. You can play for map control or you can play for deck control, which is getting the really expensive cards into your deck and then promoting them into your inner circle, which is where they score. So I really like that they like Valley of Kings, they turned card culling into a scoring mechanic. But unlike Valley of Kings, it's only one of the ways to win this game. So I really enjoy this one, even though very hard to find.
Yeah. Um, for a company that is known for making collectible card games, this is a Wizards of the Coast game, right?
Yep.
These cards are kind of an eyesore. I hate to say. I mean, the way you're describing this, I'm like, oh, that sounds like right up my alley. But the frames on these are just so bland. It's like this is a game of thematic immersion, and getting really taken out of it with the big blocky purple rectangles all over the place.
Yes, the graphic design is a bit dated and leaves much to be desired.
Yeah, dated.
That
There you go.
100% agree.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool though. Got to play it.
All right, so that's my final pick, number 21, Tyrants of the Underdark.
All right, my final pick, number 21, and this is a good one. We're getting into the big games now because I'm talking about this game. Build some kind of tree for animals to live in, top, bottom, left, right. What is it, Harrison?
Oh, this game. This is Raiders of the North. No, this is Forest Shuffle.
We've got top 10 quality games for the next 21 picks when we get into Forest Shuffle already, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh man, this game is incredible. I love it so much. And I just love Forest Shuffle. I know there's new ones out there. We played the more recent one again. I know I've talked about it on the podcast since then, but just the other day I showed it to Nikki and we were both kind of like, Forest Shuffle's fine. Like, why do we need this? It's just new stuff, really, is what it is.
Right.
But this one is just, I think it's the cleanest and most concise design out of all of them. And like, I don't need expansions for this. It's got so much depth to it already and so much discovery that every time I play it, I'm like seeing cards that I haven't even come across before. I've played it a lot. So yeah, this one's great. It's easy enough to learn. It's an approachable theme. It has most of the rules weight comes in just understanding what the cards say and are trying to do, because you can teach the mechanics of the game very quickly, and then you look at your hand and you like have a bunch of things to process. And that's sort of the experience here. And I feel that way when I'm playing the alternate versions of it. So I understand that the new players are like, whoa, this is much more than I bargained for. You said trees and animals, and I thought it was gonna be easy. But I think people start to discover the joys of engine builders and those types of games when they play Forest Shuffle.
Yeah, only downside is the scoring. Takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort.
Yeah, but it's also fun because that's when you get to like show off what you did, right? Be like,
That's true.
man,
Yeah.
your tops are like 75 points. Holy cow. Yeah. So, all right, so that's my number 21, Forest Shuffle.
All right, Corey. Well, my number 20. Oh, wait, no, that's next week. Stop, stop, stop.
Stop.
Ugh.
Raiders of the North Sea.
Yep. Raiders of
Yeah.
the North Sea. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening to another episode of Adamantly Analog, sponsored by Raiders of the North Sea.
Yep.
And
Thank you,
join us
Shem.
next week for numbers 20 through 11. And let me tell you, this is when the games really get good. This is still a good joke, right? We should keep doing this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to beat it into the ground, I think.
Okay, okay. What else we got going on, Corey? Anything you've been playing, doing, listening stuff besides board games?
Yeah. I wasn't prepared for this question, even though we do this every week. No, not really. Sorry. How about you?
Well, I can tell you I'm still loving the World of Warcraft housing. I am making a sweet board game cafe in my house, so maybe when I'm done with it, I can post a picture of it to show off to the world. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, join us for next week, and if you haven't already, remember to go and check out our Instagram, give us a like and a follow there, and we are running a little bit of a, what would you call it, Corey? A survey, an event, a
It's like listener
giveaway?
participation. We want to hear the top
Yeah,
10.
yeah. Let us know what your top 10 are for the last 50 years or 2025 or all time, whatever. Just give us a
Yeah.
top 10. And we'll aggregate that data and talk about it, see what folks are liking, see how they stack up. And if we get enough people, we'll even throw something at the one random person, right, Corey?
Yeah, we're going to give away a $40 GameNerdz gift card to one lucky winner.
Ooh, I'm going to
Yeah.
enter. Wait, no, I
You
can't.
cannot, Harrison.
I said that last week too, didn't I?
Yeah, and you learned, but you
No, I
forgot.
didn't. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Have a good one. Drink water. Bye.
Bye. Adamantly Analog is Corey Murphy and Harrison Dunn. Original themes and bumper music by Corey Murphy. Reach us at adamantlyanalog@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.